Let's get the YouTube running. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube to the sprint watch along. It seems Albon is going to be starting from the pits. Sergio Perez's car seems to be all right, but don't know how his fuel pump is looking like. So it should be an interesting one. We've got about 12 minutes before the lights go out. So let me know your predictions in the chat. Who do you think? Do you think the Mercedes still finished 1-2, or do you think the McLaren or the Ferrari have a bit of pace? What are we thinking? Oscar's in P5. Well, yeah, Oscar hasn't done any driving this season, which is interesting. To be fair, we just had one race last week, but apparently Oscar had like a oil issue. Lime, hello. Why are you saying hi? Oh, what's going on there? How you doing, Lime? Hope you're good. Oh, you missed. Well, you've not been here, so you weren't here this morning, or well, Friday morning. So at like 7 a.m. I was literally here at 7 a.m. of like my sleep schedule has been messy. You was asleep at 7 a.m. Yeah, I was awake. I was live for quali, sprint quali. So to be fair, the only reason was because I was going uni early anyway. So all I did was just wake up slightly earlier so that I could watch it and then go. So immediately it finished, I literally had to leave to go uni. So it was an interesting one. So it's quali at 5 a.m. or 6. Quali is at 7 a.m. I think so. 7 a.m. UK time, I believe. 7 a.m. Yeah. So what's gonna happen, because I am I've barely slept. I slept earlier in the day between like 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. for like 2 hours. Then I tried to sleep for about 2 hours between 12 to 2, but then I only managed 1 hour. I woke up earlier. I woke up at 2 and I was thinking of waking up like 2:30. So yeah, I'm still kind of I'm not tired. I'm just kind of like, when I woke up, I wasn't tired because I kind of forced myself to sleep anyway. So I wasn't tired when I woke up. I was just like, all the energy I had just left. So I now had to cover all of that energy back. So it's a tricky one. I haven't slept and I have work at 5 p.m. Fair. Fair. So I'm probably gonna watch the sprint race, then go to bed, try and catch some an hour or so. Then yeah, Hopefully, I'm a bit tired so that if when I fall asleep, I can actually sleep. So I get a bit of sleep in. So, but and then after today, Sunday is 7 a.m. only, so I don't have to wake up middle of the night. I can just sleep till about 6. Is the race at 7? Yeah, I think it is at 7. Yeah, the race is at 7. There's also football, United Villa, 2 o'clock. That'll be interesting. Wait, what? So yeah, what are your predictions for this sprint race, Lime? How long we got left? 7 minutes. If you do say anything in chat, bear with me. Okay. 7 minutes to go. Oh, oh. I thought that was something important. What? Okay, that sleep is catching up to me for some reason. What the hell? I don't know the correct way to have done this. Would I have slept way earlier, so then I just stay up through the night, or what was the method? But I just seem really tired. Like 5 minutes. Well, the name of the app. If the name of the app for the live timing is multi-viewer, but if you want to have it, you need F1 TV, which you need to pay for. I'm pretty sure there's another way you can get live timing for free without F1 TV, but I don't know how you do that. You're gonna have to do some research. Okay. Wait, what the hell is this? Right, we're getting underway, ladies and gents. The intro is coming in. It's too early for this. All right. The spin race is about to get underway. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where did all my overlays go? Oh, the tires are in. Hadjar seems to be on softs. A couple hard runners, of course. Aston Martin's on hards, Sainz is on hards, Lawson's on hards. Everybody else is on mediums. I'm guessing these were the mediums they used in quali. Not looking good for Williams so far. You can always tell when the Red Bull is just slow. When the RB is struggling, then you can tell the Red Bull is gonna struggle as well. Just because of that engine. At least this season anyway. Last season, obviously, that didn't really matter. Rue, thank you for the likes on TikTok. Appreciate that. Verstappen starting P8, Gasly starting 7th, Leclerc P6, Oscar P5, Hamilton P4, Lando P3, then the Mercedes front row, Russell P1, Antonelli P2. So it should be an interesting one. No, nobody crashed on the lap to the grid, so that's a good sign. Oscar kept it on track, so that's good so far. So Russell is on the left-hand side. So Lando should be directly behind him. Then like, Hamilton is behind Antonelli. It'll be interesting to see how Hamilton gets past. If Hamilton can get past them. I'm gonna be looking at a Ferrari start like a hawk. I'm very interested to see that. Okay. I was gonna say, is my track map not working? But don't worry, we are working. Right, formation lap. Why is the track map acting like this? It's completely different this season. All the dots are just appearing from absolutely nowhere. Strange. Is Albon on the grid? Or not on the grid? Oh no, okay, yeah, he came up. So will anybody not have? I'm interested to see if everybody's got battery by the time they get onto the grid after the formation lap. Because if a couple cars don't have any battery by the time they start, they could be in trouble here. It'll be interesting to see if anyone has a mishap like Liam Lawson. What the hell is wrong with my track map? Why are you saying they're going around turn one again when they're not? Oh, what's wrong with my track map? Yeah, that track map is absolutely bugging as well. Hopefully it sorts itself out before. Right. So pre-start. Right, the lights are on. 4, 5. We're off. Hamilton has a mighty start. Lando up to P2. Lewis up to P2 at the minute. What a start by Lewis. Antonelli was absolutely caught sleeping. Where's Antonelli? P8. Sheesh. Yo, Antonelli having contact with Hadjar. The Ferraris are pushing there. Lewis takes the lead. Wow. The Ferraris 1 and 3 here. Ooh, Limblad has spun. But so it's alright so far. Russell is fighting Lewis. He takes the lead again. Hamilton's pushing though. George Russell finishes ahead at the first lap. Wow. Hamilton again takes the lead again into turn one. Limbad's in no man's land here. Don't know what he's done. Where's Verstappen? Verstappen down to 15th. Holy crap. What's happened there? Antonelli up to 7th now. What has happened to Verstappen? Bloody hell. Hulkenberg's having a stinker as well. Who's still leading? Is it Lewis? Yep. By almost at second. The McLarens are just there. They're not really doing much, to be fair. They can't really push to they can't even catch up to Leclerc. They're just kind of in no man's land, both of them. Russell looking for a move there, but thinks about it. And at the end of lap 2 and the start of lap 3, Lewis is leading. I feel Leclerc could probably get Russell here. But the thing about this, because Leclerc is very close to Russell, Russell's got to defend, but at the same time he's also got to attack. So if Leclerc keeps pushing like this, Lewis can kind of pull away. So there was a Hadja and Antonelli collision at turn 6. I think that would have been the first lap. Just again, the Mercedes, the Ferrari have got race pace. We saw this from last week, but they've not got quali pace. Well, they've got they're fast in quali, but not as fast as the Mercedes in a one lap pace. But over a couple laps, they're very quick. And that launch from Lewis, he zoomed off the line. Russell's got him past on the straight. Lewis will definitely get past him again as he's gaining. I don't know if he'll get him back into turn 1 again, but well, he gets past again at turn 1. How are the McLarens doing? Anthony's up to P6 here. He's caught up to the back of Piastri. That's interesting. So very soon, Anthony could get past the two McLarens and start putting a charge onto Leclerc. Russell could really do with Antonelli catching up to the back of Leclerc. You can just tell the McLarens have got no pace at all. Absolutely no pace. The fact that Antonelli was so far behind him and he's gone, I think he was in PA and he's going past Hadja and Behrman. Now he's at the back of Piastri. It is interesting. The two McLarens are just well off. Like they're just well off. Like Lando was near Lewis at one point in second, and then the pace just disappeared. Well, to be fair, the lack of pace, the two McLarens defending from from Antonelli, which is Lando trying to defend from Oscar Piastri, but then Antonelli gets past Piastri, fair enough, in the last corner, bloody hell. But I think Piastri might get him back into turn 1 though. Hamilton turn 1. He should stay ahead. He does. Piastri's gone back go back ahead of Antonelli though. Okay, let's have a look at the rear starts. Antonelli had a slow start. Lando had a good start, to be fair. But the Ferrari was just so quick off the line. It's crazy to say Lewis would outclass Russell number. Oh, 100%. The way Lewis feels now, if you give him that Merc, yeah, he's flying. He's absolutely flying. He probably will still struggle with the race start, but he will fly. He will be flying. What happened to Verstappen? Verstappen started P8 and the car just Russell again. Oh, gets past Lewis though. This is what I mean, but the launch, bro, that launch is crazy, bro. It's flipping crazy. Russell takes back the lead though, but Lewis might volley get past him. So, bro, like when they're saying it's like Mario Kart, yeah, you can really see how it's like Mario Kart. Why is Shao fighting Lewis, bro? Common sense, stop fighting him, bro. You should be pushing each other to get ahead. Don't fight him. Lewis Melbourne start was insane. Yeah, it was crazy. The only issue the Ferraris got is that they've not got quali pace over one lap. That is where the issue is because they start a bit further back. If they had the same pace they did in quali, then they'd probably be fighting um Russell. It could be Ferrari's year this year. I don't think I've ever said that in my years of watching Formula One, knowing how Ferrari do every year, but yeah, the launch does make up for it, to be fair. But I say that if they develop the car well, it could be the year. Yeah, the McLarens are well off it. Or like the McLarens are so far off. So oh my gosh, the graining on Leclerc's front left is ridiculous. I think the Ferraris are struggling for tire wear now. Did Antonelli get past Piastri though? He did. But I don't think Piastri's gonna let him get past easily back into turn one though. Russell started to pull away here. What I do think though is that the McLarens could be a dark horse here. What's happened? Uh Punchbell, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Verstappen had a torrid start. Where is he now? 13th. Heesh. Terrible. That Red Bull is a bit of a interesting one. Oh, Antonelli. Antonelli and Hadjar. Who's that? Oh, Antonelli's got a 10-second penalty. Oh wow. Oh wow. For he's got a 10-second penalty for the collision on Hadjar. Interesting. Charles probably gonna get past Lewis here because Lewis is struggling. Yeah, I think it is only the development. Well, Antonelli on Lando. I don't think Lando is gonna fight that too much because he's got a 10-second penalty. So there's no point for Lando to finish to fight that. The Mercedes are just too quick. Leclerc gets past not Russell, past Lewis here though at turn one. Um, is that live? Thank you for the follow on Twitch. So it's going to be interesting if Antonelli can get a 10-second gap to Lando. I'm gonna see, but I doubt it. But Leclerc could probably be on for a win here because Russell and Hamilton were pushing flat for like 6 laps, and their tire wear probably their left fronts are probably a bit worn. Considering that Lewis has started to struggle with his tires. Oh, you can literally see the rubber flying off Lewis's car, which is crazy. That's Behrman, P7. Sure. What's the gap from Antonelli? Still 1 second. Antonelli's not pulling away though. To be fair, if Antonelli doesn't gain a 10-second gap ahead of the McLarens, he's only going to finish P6 at worst case. So Lewis is still fighting Leclerc. There might be contact here. It's very close. Oh my lord. This is just bringing Antonelli back into the fight here. I don't know what the Ferraris are doing. What? Why are they fighting? Because if I'm them, I'm saying you can fight, but don't lose time to Antonelli. That is all you need to do. Fight, but don't lose time to Antonelli. That's like, what are you doing? Because Kimi is trying to build a 10-second gap now. But the more you're fighting, you're bringing him back into that gap. As Russell has started to pull away here, and he's probably going to start taking care of his tires now. Just need that Russell engine to conk out. You know what I mean? Turn chat off. Why am I turning chat off? I don't even know if you can do that. Like, why would I do that? See the leaderboard. I don't know if I can turn the chat off anyway. I don't even know how you do that. Antonelli's getting 19 laps. Yeah, 19. Could have sworn it was 18. It's 19. What's happened is finished. What happened to this guy, man? His car is not good. I'll be real. His car is not good around here. That's why I'd say. Compared to Australia, where the car was good, but it's not really strong. But to be fair, they've still got qualifying later, so they could adjust the car. You know, a lot can still happen. McLaren, that's my team. We're doing all right. We're not fast, but we're fast enough that we can score points. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. We could be dark horses because if one of the Mercedes or the Ferrari slip up at any point and we're just consistent, who knows? What happened to the other RB driver? RB driver? Is it RB or Red Bull, you mean? Oh my gosh, what happened to the TV? Bloody hell. Yeah, Lindblad is bottom. True. He did spin out at the first lap. I don't know why he spun. Something happened that made him spin though, but Antonelli's pulling away here though. I'm not pulling away, he's catching up to Lewis. You got him in your fantasy team. Fair. Bottas is behind Lindblad now. What's happened there? The Bottas, I think Bottas might have an issue. Interesting. Gasly's in P10 though. Like, look how far away the top three teams are. Like, they're so far away from Lawson. Antonelli's got past Hamilton now. The Merca space, Antonelli can do it. Yeah, but he's also got a 10-second penalty, so it should be interesting. At the minute, where would that 10-second penalty put him? I think it will still put him P6 though. But he's got clean air now, a little bit of clean air, so he needs to start pushing. The Max spaceship this season, yeah. Yeah, to be fair. But also they're good on tire wear. Lindblad box to retire the car. That's interesting. So what's the gap between Lawson to Piastri? About 13 seconds. Bloody hell. Yeah, Russell's checked out. What's the gap? Antonelli to Leclerc. Less than a second. Antonelli could get up to Leclerc here within the next few laps. We've got about 7 laps to go. And then they can get over Ferrari. Yeah. Oh, Bottas is retiring as well. That's why he's so slow. Because I was wondering how Limblach caught up to him. I feel like top six on the leaderboard will be same on same with the podium rotating between them. Oh, Hulkenberg. He's got an issue as well. Yellow flags. The McLarens could pit here. Three fastest cars, yeah. We should have a safety car here, I feel. Or a VSC. Antonelli gets ahead of Leclerc just as the safety car comes out. Oof, that was lucky. If that was a split second later, well, cars are diving into the pits. Cars are diving into the pits. So what's going on here? Norris is pit. Is Piastri pitting? He is. Lando's ahead of Hamilton here. A lot of pit stops going on here. Red Bull double stacking. Oh, Hadja's lost time in the pits there. Antonelli pit took a while. Yeah, it did. It did take a while. Because Piastri potentially could have been ahead of him. Ah, okay, yeah. His 10-second penalty. Ah, okay, yeah, true. He would have served his 10-second penalty. That makes sense. It didn't even occur to me because they were saying he has a 10-second penalty, but I was like, surely you served that in the pits. But yeah. He will catch Lawson and Behrman in a minute. Oh, 100%. So 3 cars have disappeared. So the top 4 cars are on softs. Well, Antelli and Piastri softs as well. Saudi and Bahrain GP cancelled. Yeah. Depending on if that situation goes on, we could lose Abu Dhabi, we could lose Qatar. So potentially the season could end at Vegas. Potentially the season could end at Vegas. So yeah. So yeah. Safety cars out there. So why is it saying Russell is ahead of the safety car? That's strange. I don't know. This track map is bugging the hell out. Oh my lord, signs almost getting into the back of Ocon. Yeah. Just replace them with Imola and Portman, then maybe an extra one in Australia. Well, it's too late to go to Australia though, because in Australia they're demolishing, they're doing a rebuild of the pit lane, of the pit building. So where are you watching? Sky. Which one's Sky? They can't do it in Australia because they've already started to demolish the pit building. So that pit building is not available. So yeah, but if that is the case, they could potentially change the finale, obviously. But the last two, like if Qatar and Abu Dhabi end up being cancelled, they have a long time till then to plan. Obviously, with Bahrain and Saudi, it was late of a notice. So very flip Leclerc. Flip Leclerc. What does that mean? What does that mean? How many laps left? It says 4 laps. Yeah, about 4 laps, I guess. Or 3 laps. Bro almost killed Ham. Did he? When was that? Was it when they were fighting? What happened to Verstappen? He just had a bad start in general. Where's Hadjar? You see, Hadjar's even behind him now. So what about Lawson's ahead of both of them? So, but he just stayed out. He's definitely going to get overtaken. So Leclerc's had a shocker on the restart. Antonelli's lost a place. Anthony had a bad getaway from the restart. It's yeah, Piastri's ahead of Antonelli. Where's Gasly? P9. Oh, Antonelli trying to get past Behrman, but he couldn't. Can he get it done? He hasn't got it done. So Piastri is going to get past Lawson like in a few seconds now. Uh, Lewis gets past Norris now. Apparently, Piastri overtook Antonelli before the finish line. Perez has a time penalty for what? Antonelli up to P6. They're telling Piastri to give their place back. That's interesting. Where's Hulkenberg? He was told to retire the car. So he had an issue with the car, so I don't know what it was. But they told him to stop the car. Verstappen in P11. He might be able to recover a little bit here. Piastri lets Antonelli through. Nope, Verstappen gets past Gasly. Gasly going wide. Now he's going to get past Ocon soon. Verstappen up to P8. Oh no, P9. Leclerc's got the fastest lap then. We're on the final lap though. Can Verstappen get a point here? Possible, but Behrman is quite a bit up though. Almost close to 2 seconds ahead. So it seems Hamilton can get a podium here. I don't think Antonelli's gonna get close to them in time. Is there anything Leclerc could do here? Down to turn 14. Not really. Unless his engine just blows out before that last turn, which is very unlikely, but Lewis gets a podium again. Behrman gets the P8. Lawson got P7. Fair enough. That is disappointing from Verstappen. That is. He only recovered after the safety car when everyone bunched up. But before that safety car, Verstappen was in no man's land. Oh, I'm gonna be right back. Right. Oh, I had to use the toilet quickly. You know what? Was an interesting race at the start. For the first 7 laps, just like in Australia. But obviously Ferrari did all right strategy wise. The only issue was their tire wear because Lewis was pushing, but then when Lewis's tire started to grain, he really struggled. So it was an interesting one though. Oh, I've just realized my camera's still off. That's interesting. So Lawson got points, Behrman got points. To be fair, Behrman was on like well-worn hot mediums. Lawson was just on better tires at that point. Though the warm up of his tires obviously would have been longer than Behrman's mediums, but so what happened to Perez that he got a penalty? Holy crap. Perez's car was literally disassembling itself. What the hell? Bro, that Ferrari pit, please kill me. Yeah, the pit stop was good for them to pit, but obviously they were so close to each other, it kind of hampered them. The same thing happened to McLaren, really, that they were just so close to each other. So there's not really much you could do. But at the end of it, they didn't really suffer from it. So they got the best result they could get. So you can't complain. But at least they pit. At least they learned their lesson and pit. You know what I mean? I just think Russell has zero wear on his tires. Honestly, this thing is bugging the hell out. The track marker is bugged as hell. Let's see what these lot are saying. So the flip is that. The flip is that. What do you mean inactivity? Just because I'm not talking for a few minutes? Honestly, man, TikTok live and their issues, bro. Just because I'm not talking and say, oh, inactivity, do this verification. Oh, come on. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying. Of course, I'm not talking. It's this app sometimes and it's madness. I be real. Qualifying should be interesting. Qualifying should be interesting later. Plus the race tomorrow. Now, what time is the right? 7 o'clock. So So I could potentially get 2 hours sleep, and I would take it. I would take it. I don't know if I will be able to get the whole 2 hours, but we'll try. Right, YouTube. We will be back later in about 2 hours and a bit for the main race. I'm gonna sign off for this stream. There'll be another stream later, so look out for that. And yeah, I shall see you then. Hopefully, have a good